What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka Coach Ke, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time for the July 2018 Budget With Me video. Just so you guys know, for those of you all who are new, I do go ahead and show my monthly layout, but the majority of my time is going to be spent showing you guys my paycheck to paycheck planning. If you are someone who is just getting into budgeting and you have not started the paycheck to paycheck planning process, I would highly recommend it. Doing a monthly budget is important, don't get me wrong, but it's also important for you to break down each paycheck to see which paychecks you have the majority of your bills coming out, etc., etc. A lot of people don't understand that maybe the reason why you feel a little bit more tight with your budget towards the end of the month as opposed to the beginning of the month might be because the majority of your bills come out at the end, and so you might need to balance your bills out in order for you to feel comfortable all throughout the month. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so you guys can see me get this budget together. Alright, y'all, so here is my layout for the month. My quote of the month is, "What you create doesn't have to be perfect." And this is something that is really important for me because I'm a perfectionist, and a lot of times I hold myself back creatively because I want something to be perfect. So that's just something that's going to be a constant reminder for me, especially for this month as I'm continuing to move forward and expand my business and expand my brand. So all of my bills are laid out. This month I am expecting to have 8 paydays, but on Fridays I usually have a double paycheck. I'm actually going on 2 trips this month, one of them being the fact that I leave tomorrow. And all of these stickers in here come from, well, the quote comes from this Happy Planner quote book, I guess it was, and this was $5. I paid for that a long time ago. These clear stickers here that you see, not that one, but these clear stickers come from this Recollections Creative Year sticker book. That one was $14.99, but I'm pretty sure I paid half price for both of those. And then these payday stickers here, and also these little small flags and the bill due stickers come from the Paper Studio Agenda 52 payday foil sticker pack. So that's pretty much all that's on this page. It's very simple and to the point. As you guys can see, the majority of my bills come out the second half of the month. This is what is always comfortable for me because all of these bills that I have, even when I had a car note, all of these didn't even equate to my rent. So I set it up this way because basically my rent is the only bill that I have due usually the first 2 weeks of the month, except this $10 business expense right here. So everything else comes out at the end, and I love the way that it's set up that way. I always have. So we're gonna go ahead and flip to the next page. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out this page here. So my rent is $810.88, but the way that I do my budgeting, and you guys are going to see this on my paycheck to paycheck budget, this is actually going to be budgeting for August rent. I already budgeted and put aside July's rent in June, and that's the way that I do it, and I love doing it that way because I always put the money off in my savings account sometime during the previous month so that when the first comes, I don't have to worry about my checking account diminishing by $810 because it's already been set off to the side. So for electricity, I'm going to estimate about $100 this month. I believe it was $65 last month, but I've been running my air. It is hot in St. Louis. It just is what it is. Gas, I'm going to estimate about $35. I actually don't know why my gas bill is so high because I rarely like cook in my stove or on my stove top. I mainly do most of my cooking in my New Wave, so I'm not really sure, but last month I think it was like $32, so I'm just going to keep it at $35. I have no water bill, no trash bill. Cell phone is going to be $51.75. Same as every month. My internet is $44.99. No cable, no life insurance. Health insurance is going to be $32.71. Car insurance, they actually went up on my car insurance by $3.36. I'm thinking about shopping around for new car insurance sometime this month because before I moved from here about 4.5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, something around there, my car insurance was only like $68. So the fact that it's gone up this much, I haven't had anything like no points on my license or anything like that. I just believe that $111.19 is a little high. Renter's insurance, mine is paid through September. I have none of this stuff, and then we're gonna write in some miscellaneous stuff. So this is a business expense. It's $10. Then we have my chiropractor. It's gonna be $70. I pay that every month. Another business expense that I have is HostGator, and that is $11.95. Then we have my affiliate program for me to be able to sell my credit services. This is a finance membership, $34.95. Then I have my roadside assistance, $7.99. All right, so let's see how much our fixed expenses come up to. And go here. So just gonna add up everything. And I believe before I paid my car off, my expenses would come out to about almost $1,700. So we're at $1,371.41. And I'm gonna get a highlighter. All right, so now I'm gonna go over to my everyday expenses, and we're gonna go ahead and try to fill out this part. So for groceries, I'm going to budget $200, so just $50 a week. Personal and household is together for me, and I'm gonna do $100. Restaurants, I'm also gonna do $100. Gas, I'm gonna do $100 as well. Shopping, I'm going to do $250. I'm not going to do any shopping for my trip this weekend, but I am going to the Bahamas at the end of the month, and it's going to be a cruise. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to get a couple of souvenirs, stuff like that. I also need to buy a white outfit for the all-white party. I bought one, and I think it was made, but it doesn't fit right, so I'm just going to buy another one. And I also need to buy some more makeup. And normally I would have it come out of personal household, but I'm just going to budget for it in shopping instead. And miscellaneous, we're going to do $100. I think I did $150 last month, but I'm going to go down because we don't have a lot of July birthdays or anything like that. So then we're going to do my supplements for $75. And business, I'm going to do $100. I know I have one website renewal or domain renewal that should only be like $20, but I don't think I'll have any more business expenses. Now, my makeup, I can actually write it off as a business expense, but again, I'm just going to have it come out of shopping. And then I'm going to put travel, and I'm going to put $600. I believe that I might book a flight for LA for August, and then the money that I spend this weekend is going to come out of this fund here, and then whatever I spend on my cruise will probably come out of here as well. Anything that's not like me shopping for souvenirs and stuff like that. So now let's go ahead and add up this. And this, ooh, did I do that right? 200, 100, 100, 100, 250, 175, 600. Okay, I think. All right, yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. So we got 1625. Because if I take, yeah, all right. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and flip over, and we're going to go ahead and do the paycheck to paycheck planning. So I've already, divided the whole page up and everything like that. So I'm going to do this based on a $3,500 income. For those of you guys who are new, I am self-employed, and so I like to underestimate my income and overestimate my expenses, because if my overestimated expenses can fit into my underestimated budget, then when I earn more money or when I spend less, it will all work out in the end. And so up here, all that I've written out is the fact that my budget, which is all of the expenses, groceries, restaurant, all of that stuff, minus the supplements, business, and the vacation or travel money, is equaled out to $850. So I divide that into 4 weeks. I get paid I basically do it based on how many Fridays is in the month, because my expenses run from Friday to Thursday every week. And so my budget should come out to be about $212.50 per week. And then I need to make sure that I put my August rent in there. I need to put my business expenses, supplements, and my travel expenses. So I'm going to go ahead and write in here. So I'm going to divide this income up based on how my paychecks come in. So I'm going to put that for the first week, my income will estimate to be about $1,370. Week 2 is going to be $790. Now, if you know your exact income every paycheck, you won't have to do this. But I don't. So I just do it based on what I think really the first and third week. And again, this is underestimated. And then I just kind of like divide it a really weird way for the rest of the way. So this week, the expenses are going to be from July 6th through the 12th. These are from July 13th through the 19th. Then we have July 20th through the 26th. And then July 27th through August 2nd. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So at this point, all I'm going to do is take all of my expenses, and I'm actually going to get a ruler first. And I'm going to divide each box into two, and you guys will see why. Okay, so I'm just going to write out my bills, all of my fixed expenses, and I'm going to put them into whichever pay week that they fall into. The only thing I'm going to leave out is the rent and these expenses here. So let's start this out. So the only expense I have here is going to be MailChimp. And that's going to be $10. And that's it there. So here I'm going to have my cell phone bill for $51.75. Okay, so I have all of my bills written out. The only thing that I need to do, and usually I try to do this first because I will forget. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the budget of $212.50 to each week. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna spend the whole $212.50 each week, but because that is the average, I do want to just go ahead and average it out that way. And then after I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and start to subtract everything from that week's projected income. And then we'll go ahead and add in the other expenses that needed to be added in, like August rent and stuff like that. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the $13.70 and then we're going to subtract this part. And I'm just going to repeat this for every single week. So once I get to the point where I'm starting to get negative in the budget, I just go ahead and write in red pen. So at this point, the only negative week that I have is this last week. And really the only thing that I can really move anywhere would be my electricity bill. So I'm going to go ahead and move this electricity bill to this week. I've had someone in the comment section say, oh, you could just move your budget over here. I can't. So that means I'm going to have to buy all of my fruits and vegetables and my groceries in this week for that week. I'm going to have to buy like literally everything, like all my toiletries, and it doesn't work that way. Okay. So sometimes you just have a negative week. I always tell people you want to reconcile as much as you can, but there just are times where you can't move stuff. And like the case with these two, I can't move these here. I just can't. And actually, I need to get some correction tape because I just realized this is not correct. This is actually 2317, which means it's actually an erasable pen. Please don't use my erasable pen. Okay, so let me just redo this one. So sometimes you just can't reconcile. It just is what it is. But like I said, I am going to add the Ameren bill back in here. Which will make this week just negative 223.66. And then we're going to move that to this week here. And it's not just moving, like you actually literally want to pay the bill in that particular week. Okay, so that's about as far as I can reconcile as far as this week goes. I can't pay this one early. I probably could pay this one early, but that $23.17 is not really gonna do anything really for that week. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where the rent is gonna go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my rent out from this particular week here. So let's go ahead and what this means for me is at some point between this Friday and next Thursday, I'm going to transfer my $18.88 into a savings account. So out of my checking account. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off. And then let's go ahead and do the calculation for that one. Now, one of my trips for the travel is going to be here and the other one is here. So I'm going to go ahead and split the $250 for, just make it $125, $125. So, AK number 1. And again, this is like, there's nothing I can do about having to, you know, I'm going on vacation that week. It just is what it is. So now I can go ahead and check that one off. So still positive here. All right, so for business, I'm gonna split this up. I know that one of the website renewal that I have for sure is coming here. So we're gonna put biz, and I'm gonna see which website it is so I can write it in so I know. So it's gonna be fastcreditresults.com. All right, and that should be $20.16, but I'm just gonna write in 21 just in case they went up or something. And then I have no real projected business expenses, so I'm just gonna go ahead and write the remaining, which would be $79. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write that in. I'm gonna write that in here. Okay, so now we have supplements, and I do know I need some supplements this particular week, but it's not gonna be the whole 75. But I am just going to go ahead and write it in this week because it will fit in there. But I know I'm not going to need all of my supplements now. And then if I go ahead and book my flight, which I'm still not necessarily sure if I will go ahead and do it in this week. It's going to be $350. So then we have $866.06 minus $350. Okay, so that's gonna be the budget. And so I need to get another highlighter. And we're almost done, you guys. Not quite, but almost. So I'm gonna just highlight what I'm projected to have left over. So what happens is when you have a negative week, and luckily for me, usually my negative week is at the end of the month. That just means that as long as I don't overspend up here in these first 3 weeks, it's okay that I'm over budget for this particular week because I have money left over from the other weeks. Now, the problem really occurs when you have a negative week in the beginning because you can't really move a bill from your first week to the third week because then you know, you're talking about late fees and stuff like that. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because we're going to go ahead down to the bottom here and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. So because I don't use anything, like I've never used these arrows from here, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And let's do it like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much money I'm going to have left over in my budget overall, basically. And since we have 4 weeks, that's how many I'm going to put down. There we go. All right. So we're going to do week 1. Okay, so week 1 we have 115.62 left over. Week 2 we have 220.57. Week 3 is 516.06. And then week 4 is where we have the negative 348.66. So let's see what we're working with, y'all. All right, so that means we have 503.59 left over. Now, to figure out what we're going to do with this, I'm going to use another arrow. And we're going to make this go up this way. So I do know that I'm going to go ahead and put 3, or do I want to do 250? I'm going to do 350 in my tax sinking fund. And I don't think that I want to budget anything else out of there. I might go ahead and put, I don't want to put anything into my investment sinking fund this particular month. So normally I would try to go ahead and put everything into my sinking funds that I can. I don't really do an every dollar budget though. Like normally I have enough left over to put, you know, my 350 in my income tax sinking fund. I put like 150 to 200 in my investment sinking fund, and then I just started the car sinking fund last month as well. But because I am taking 2 vacations and I'm trying to budget in a flight in there, I don't have as much money left over, and I'm okay with that. I'm not really necessarily worried about funding my investment or my car sinking fund. I just paid the car off. It's like a 4-year-old car, maybe 5 years now, 5-year-old car. So I don't really have any issues with it. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So because the way that I allocate to my sinking funds and any savings accounts that I have is like a certain equation and stuff like that. So it's really all based on my income. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So that means that if I subtract that, then I'm going to use one more arrow. So that means that I should have 153 remaining. And again, this is only if I literally spend every single dollar that I put into the budget. So we're going to use another highlighter for this one. And that's that. So this is the story that my money should be telling me this month. Again, as long as I make more money or spend less money, then I should have more than that remaining. I don't really do anything with the remaining money except keep it in my checking account. But what I will start doing is anything in excess of $4,000 that is left in my checking account at the end of the month, I will go ahead and transfer that to one of my savings accounts, because I don't need that much money in my checking. I'm not a spender, you know, and all of that stuff, and that's enough of a buffer. I was always taught to keep 2 to 3 times your monthly expenses, your monthly fixed expenses in your checking account at all times. So that is that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already as well. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, which will be my June 2018 budget results video. Bye guys.